Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're doing something that we've never done before, and that is reacting to some pickup artists. So some of these people have sent to me, some of these my producer found, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on if I think these are good pickup lines or whatever the heck these people are doing. I don't know, we're gonna find out together, so let's get started.
Does money matter?
Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm on camera.
It doesn't matter at all?
Does not, no, it really doesn't. I don't think it is.
Like, ever? Like, so I could be broke as fuck, you know? Like,
Ooh.
I am broke as fuck, but do you see how happy I am? I'm on camera. What are you up
like,
to?
After 2 a.m., you.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll be down.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's make that happen.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Yo, does
Oh
money
no.
Does money...
Was that the cringiest thing you've ever watched? Because I think that's the cringiest thing I've ever watched. Number one, like going out and scouring on a bunch of girls who are clearly obliterated is not the move. It just is not a good look, and I would be embarrassed to post this, to be honest with you. But also, their entire interaction was just cringy. The entire thing from the very beginning. It was straight cringe. What he said was not good. It worked on her because she's clearly drunk out of her mind, but on a normal person, like in public, you could not just go up and say that to someone and expect to get a good response. So maybe don't try this one at home, and if you do, beware. Okay.
If a girl has brown hair, you would be like, you know what, I really like blondes. Or like, you know why it would never work between us? Because we'd always fight and I'd always win. Right? That's like the oldest line in the game. But it's a takeaway. We wouldn't be a good fit. You're awesome. Like, you know what, we're gonna make really good friends. Say it to a girl. We're gonna be really good friends, right? It's a takeaway. It's disqualifying her. Every guy she talks to is not saying that. Every guy she talks to is like trying to make her like him or trying to impress her. And you're the one guy who's like, we're gonna be really good friends. And all of a sudden, she becomes interested in you, even though she wasn't 5 seconds ago, because you hit the brake pedals instead of the gas pedal. So in the copy, you can do the same thing. Hit the brake pedal.
No, God, please. Okay, I see where he's going with it. It's kind of that, like, play hard to get thing. But again, it's the playing games that, at this point, if you are a grown man, a grown adult, if you're a woman watching this, if you're a grown woman, why are you playing games? It's a waste of time. If you have to pretend you're not interested in someone in order for them to like you, do you see the problem there? And do you see how maybe you wouldn't want that person to be interested in you if the only reason they were interested in you is if they thought you didn't like them? Do you see the issue there? In the very beginning, you don't want to come across needy or desperate or clingy. We want to avoid that. But you don't necessarily have to go to the extreme on the other end and act like you don't like her at all. Because that's not going to attract the type of women that you probably want to be with. Because any grown, mature, healthy woman would simply not fall for that and would just move on and never look your direction again. So sure, if you want to attract insecure, immature women, listen to this guy. But if you want to attract a healthy, mature woman, probably not the move. Next one here.
Not to give you a hard time. You know who hits on people? Betas. Okay?
Oh no,
Betas.
it's already bad.
You know what alphas do? They just win. That's it. They're just like, they just win. They don't need to do, it's just like, what's up? And then it's just on. It's on by default. So it doesn't need to be articulated. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey. And then it's done. You know? So it's like, if it's like, yeah, right? It's like, you know, when your significant other
like,
you're like, no, babe, they didn't hit on me, so it's okay. We're gonna hang out, right? You're like, it's over, right? You know what I'm saying, right? No, it's like if they're like, no, he's hitting on me, then you know nothing's gonna happen, right? Because betas hit on people.
Is anyone else confused? I have no idea what that man just said. All I heard was the word like. Anyway, number one, if you have to call yourself alpha or if you're actively calling other people betas, you're just not. If you're confident, secure in yourself, if you're a leader, those qualities are going to speak for themselves and you won't need to put a label on it or make a video like this. And I know he said only betas hit on people, but to be honest with you guys, unless you are like a famous rich celebrity or you're incredibly handsome, most of the time women are not going to message you first or come up to you in public. Like, it's very rare that a woman will do that. Of course, it's 2022. I know there are women who do that, but it's very rare. And if you want something or you want to, you know, shoot your shot with someone, you have to put in the work and you have to go for it. And it doesn't make you a beta or an alpha or whatever it is. You're just a guy who's going after what he wants. You don't need to put a label on it or get so caught up in that. So, cringe. All right, moving on.
Hey, say hi to my mom. What's up, Mom?
What's up, Mom?
Look who I met today. What's her name?
Christina. Looks like the
Oh my god, you look like Christina Milian. You're like a younger, hotter
No.
version of her.
Really?
Holy shit. I'm
Shit.
Jackie Chan's
Jackie Chan.
younger cousin, nephew.
Look, I'm not supposed
Dude,
to
what?
take this outside, but I
Okay.
took it.
Again, this only works on very drunk people. If you said that to anyone during the day, they would think that you're on drugs and trying to attack them, probably. So he started off by saying, say hi to my mom, which, haha, funny. But again, this only works in like a night scene kind of vibe. Okay, I'm going to let him continue. But that was just kind of cringy.
I took it outside.
Oh, they're sharing a drink?
Dude,
That's
you're such
gross.
a rebel. Oh my god, dude.
He just met this girl.
You're just like the most badass girl I've ever met.
I'm
You
not.
snuck a drunk, or
like-
snuck a drunk. You snuck a drink out of the club.
Jackie,
Jackie, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Why are you insinuating we're going home? I don't even know you. What
I'm
do you-
like every mom's dream.
Oh wow.
I am. I'm not even
So
kidding.
tell me, what is it about you that moms just find irresistible?
Everything.
Good one.
That's like you go to a job interview. What are your skills? Don't get run up. You're like, my skills, everything. I'm just good at
My
everything.
That was kind of funny. All right, overall, I would say that's cringe. Most of these pickup artist videos I've noticed are like in very nighttime scenes, the drunk scene, where that is the only time it works. And I would say just going up and starting a conversation naturally is going to always be a better option than doing this. The thing he said about the job interview was funny because what she said was kind of silly. But other than that, like, this just really wouldn't work for most people. I think this is like a one-off scenario. So on to the next. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. I'm seeing this one, and if you're a guy that is out at a bar with a basketball, it's immediately giving me a red flag. So just to put that out there.
I shoot threes all the time, but you'd be the only 10.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, jeez! No. No.
What is going on? I shoot threes all the time, but you're the only 10. I think we can all just see that for what it is. A lot of the pickup lines like this I have a problem with because it sounds like you were sitting at home and you're like, okay, I need to figure out some pickup lines I can use on these girls. And you typed in like 10 best pickup lines to use at a bar. And they're like, all right, you're going to show up with a basketball. You're going to say, I shoot threes all the time, but you're the only 10 I get. And she's going to fall in love with you. Like, it's just a tale as old as time. We've seen these cringy pickup lines and they're normally never good. So I would stay away from them. And this is Exhibit A. Ay, ay, ay.
Have to be over 6 feet tall.
Like me?
No.
So you wouldn't give me a shot in the club?
It depends on how the night goes.
Not even if I whipped you in my yellow Ferrari?
If you have a Ferrari for sure, but I don't think you have
So
a
you're a
Ferrari.
gold digger?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't really a pickup as much as it was just her being brutally honest. There are a lot of girls like that. And I know it's kind of sad and you see that and you're like, oh geez. But if a girl acts like that or says that to you, it's just a red flag. You don't want to pick up that type of girl. She's probably not the one for you. So again, wish it wasn't true, but sadly there are a lot of girls that act like that and think that way. And again, they're normally walking red flags that are showing you that they are a red flag and you should avoid them. So, yikes. And that was the same guy from the last video. Oh, it's the same guy again here. See?
You're a freak, I'm a freak. Let's just get freaky. I'm gonna get your number.
Okay, he could have left out the you're a freak, I'm a freak, let's get freaky, but the fact that he just handed her his phone and said, I'm gonna get your number, that can actually work with a lot of girls because I think it demonstrates, you know, that you have confidence in yourself. Of course, you don't want to cross the line between being cocky and confident, but if you're out at like a nighttime bar club kind of scene, I think it's more appropriate to act like that versus like walking up to a girl in a grocery store and handing her your phone and saying, I'm gonna get your number. I'm not sure that that would end well, but obviously in a scene like this, it probably would work out a little bit better. But again, I think he could have avoided the cringy, like, you're a freak, I'm a freak, let's get freaky. Like, you don't have to say that. It could have just stood on its own.
I guess we just gotta get married now?
Name the time and the place.
Oh, really? Okay. Every marriage and relationship has to start with a kiss, am I right?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, let's get it.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. A lot of the pickup artist stuff I see is guys talking about like, oh, you're my dream girl, we're gonna get married. Like, they start off from the bat talking about getting married or like spending forever together. And it's kind of cringe to me. It kind of resembles love bombing in a way where you're like making false promises in the beginning. And I know it's just, you know, to pick them up and to get them interested, but it's just kind of cringy at this point. Like, it's so overdone. And even I've like gone on dates with people where on the first date, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get married. Like, where's the honeymoon? And it's like, I don't think I love that. And I don't think a lot of girls would respond well to that. Again, it's only working because these girls are drunk. So if that's your thing, that's your thing, but it's not my thing, and I don't love it. So, next. Okay.
No chance? You're gonna do me like that on fucking TikTok?
I wanted to go viral.
No, but on the real though, Wait, you know Leilana?
Well, that didn't go well. I'm not sure why he would post that because that did not go well. What not to do? 101. This. Isn't the point of pickup to like pick up the girl? Because he didn't. Even like using his clout on TikTok, he still didn't pick her up. Cringe. Ay, just be normal. Oh, that's funny. So obviously this was staged, it seems that way, and I kind of expected him to do something like that. I thought it was kind of funny, but at least take the picture. If you're gonna tell a girl you're gonna take her picture and then leave your number. It's a great way to like naturally introduce yourself to someone. If you see that she's taking a picture with her friend, you know, hey, do you want me to take it for you? And then swoop in, be slick, and leave your number. But obviously that was staged, but it was still really funny, so. Okay.
Hey, are you from Tennessee?
No.
No, it's because we're in Tennessee. It's because we're in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh. Oh, that was funny. Oh, because she started saying, because you're the only 10 I see. And he's like, no, we're actually in Tennessee. That was funny. And if a guy said that to me, I would really like his sense of humor and probably keep talking to him, just being totally honest. I think that was a good one because it was like going in a direction that you think is cliche, and then it ends up being something so stupid and obvious and funny. So I liked that one. This is the first non-cringy one that I've seen. So thank you to this guy for being a light on the pickup artist world.
The issue with chasing women.
When I see the extremes of the pickup artist stuff, and you know, there's a lot of rappers and stuff who are like this too, where like they feel like they need to fuck 30 new girls a week to be happy or whatever. It's like, bro, it comes from something honest and understandable, which is like everybody wants to be able to feel like if they like a girl that they can walk up to her and have a conversation with her and make that girl like them too. Very basic human desire that a lot of guys are just not familiar with. I remember there was a time period in my life when I first found that book, The Game, and I read that shit cover to cover, and I was like, wow, that actually just really helped inform me a lot on a lot of what I'm going through, which is just basically having the insecurity of not being able to talk to a girl the way that I want to be able to. But then you end up where if you just feel like this is what life is about, is just putting your dick as many pussies as possible. I mean, this is just not, it's not the end of the fucking road.
Ooh, I love that. And I actually really like that guy's podcast, No Jumper. I've watched a couple of his videos before, and I think it's true. I think a lot of the time you start out with just wanting to get, you know, a little bit more information about something maybe. And then you get that information and it becomes an obsession. A lot of times when guys get really into the pickup artist stuff or the red pill, black pill, blue pill, it becomes a very narrow-minded path. And I think they get very obsessive about it and it becomes an extreme, and I think it's important to make sure you're keeping a balance there. So sure, it's great to be able to, you know, practice and get familiar with talking to girls to make sure that you're able to do it in a situation, but to be constantly going out trying to hook up with new girls every week, you know, making your entire life revolve around it is incredibly unfulfilling and unsatisfying after a certain point. And I think a lot of guys end up realizing that after they've, you know, spent some time and effort and energy and money doing it. So again, just something to keep in mind if you're a guy who, you know, is into the pickup stuff or you're learning more about it. It's good to have that basic level of understanding and again, to be able to talk to a girl, but to make your entire life revolve around it and to be constantly chasing women and making it your number one priority is so silly. And if you just work on yourself make yourself the best you can be, work on your appearance, take care of yourself from the inside out, work out, eat healthy, learn how to dress well. Be what you want to attract. You'll naturally start to attract the people that like you because you're going to be what you want to attract. So I think focusing on that is so much more important than wasting all your time trying to, again, pick up all these girls every single week. So that was a really good point. I really like his podcast, but good little TikTok here.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need anything?
Your number?
Why is he talking like that?
Yeah. Great thing I have my phone on me. Let's go.
Oh, that's funny.
Respect, brother. Thank you.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was
See you
funny.
later.
Because he was willing to publicly humiliate himself to get this girl's number. And to a girl, do you know how flattering that probably is? Like, you just fell on purpose into a fence in front of 50 people to get my number? Sure, I'll give it to you. That was a good one. It's funny. Okay. Oh no, not this guy.
All right, let's talk about how to pick girls up at the club. Listen, it's a little bit different than the bar, right? It's super fucking loud. The music is super loud and it's really hard to hear. So you can't be walking up into a girl's ears like, yo, Sade, it's Jeff. You don't need to be that guy. You could be casual and still pick girls up. Listen, it's all about eye contact and being seductive. And listen, girls are gonna choose you because what's gonna happen is you need to just get into their area, wherever they are. Don't be in their personal space, just be near them. Vibe, have a good time, relax, chill, and just kind of look at her a little bit. Just like, hey, damn. Look at her, look away, look back. If her eyes keep catching your eyes and you guys keep staring at each other, you know you have it. And at that point, if she's giving you a smile, let me tell you something, dog. Attack! No, you don't need to do that, bro. Just all you gotta be like, hey, I like your pants.
Oh god. Okay. That was actually not as bad as I was expecting. I think that was a good point. I think that body language and eye contact is very important, especially if you're in a loud environment where the girl can't even hear what you're saying. You don't want to be that creepy guy coming up in her ear, like whispering in her ear. So definitely keep in mind your body language and making that eye contact. I've talked about so many times on my channel how making eye contact can build that sexual attraction and just build attraction in general by creating that moment between the two of you. And if you can create that moment in a public, crowded space, it's going to build that attraction and make her more interested in you. And also I would say something, when you're approaching girls in public, when you're approaching at the bar or the club or wherever you are, be able to read the room and understand when she doesn't want you to approach her, because I think that's one of the biggest problems I see is guys not knowing when it's time to walk away, and they end up lingering around too long and the girl just gets really annoyed. And it's often very obvious when a girl does not want to interact with you. She will be facing away from you, her feet will not be facing towards you, she will not be making eye contact with you, she won't be smiling at you or acting engaged in the conversation. So knowing that and being able to read that situation is important if you're going to be putting yourself in situations like this. So the most important thing is also knowing when to walk away. But I thought that was actually a pretty good tip. Eye contact is so important for everything, not just when you're at the club or the bar.
Story time. So I knew this guy who would always try to pick up girls at the club or at the bar, or wherever they were going, wherever the function was. And he was usually successful all the time. And he wouldn't even really say much. He would just hand out his number on a piece of paper after saying like a couple words like, hey, how are you? You're really beautiful. Here's my number, I gotta run. Well, to me, that doesn't really seem like shooting your shot too much. Like, it's not really any effort. But he usually always went home with a girl. So I finally asked him his secret. And this dude cracked the code. You know that little trash can by the ATMs where people throw their receipt away? He would go through it, and he'd find a receipt with a balance over $50,000 if he could. If he didn't, he would just go with the highest one. And that's what he would use to write his number and give to the women at the club.
I did not see that coming. Oh. Because the number won't do it. But if a girl sees how much money you have in your bank account and it's over 50K, she's calling you. A lot of girls, even if they weren't even interested in you, they see that and they're like, I've got to reach out. I've got to call this man. That is hilarious. I've never in my life heard of that. I wonder how many guys out there saw this and are going to try doing that now. but that's really funny. And honestly, a great way to like grab her attention in the beginning. You know, maybe if you aren't the most attractive guy or you're not the best at talking to girls, that's so funny. And some girls, of course, wouldn't fall for it and don't really care as much about that, but a lot of girls do. And they see that number and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna call him. Should I call him? Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Oh gosh. Alright guys, that is all I have for reacting to pickup artists. Some of those were a lot better than I expected. Not every single one was cringe, so that's a good sign. For the most part, again, I think when you get really into something, when people make their life revolve around it or they get really extreme with things, it often doesn't lead to anything good, and I think it can often, you know, be kind of detrimental and cause more problems than good. However, if you're just practicing talking to girls, you want some inspiration, I thought a couple of those were alright, but again, some of those were so cringe. I felt it in my body, just, you know, the cringe all over, just so bad. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have a situation where you've approached a girl in public and it went really well, be sure to let me know. If you had one that did not go well, let the guys know down below so they can avoid doing that. We all want to help each other out and, you know, get the ladies. So if you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there. I do a lot of Q&As, stuff like that on my stories where you guys can all participate and connect with me a little bit more one-on-one. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.